Listen, y'all, good morning. I had to come live with y'all today because, listen, I am completely in my feelings this morning, and I really just wanted to share why. So last night I was at an event and someone came up to me. I didn't know the woman that came up to me, and she told me, she says, I just had to come over here and meet you and say hello. She says, I remember you. And I'm looking at her. She didn't look familiar, but I meet so many different people. I was just, being nice, like, okay, how are you? And she says, 10 years ago, I used to work at Arby's, an Arby's restaurant. She said, I was working the drive-thru. She said, you came through the drive-thru. Don't judge me. Arby's, they got the meats. So yes, I was in Arby's drive-thru apparently. But she said, I came through the drive-thru and I gave her a copy of my book. So my first book, Stop Wasting Your Time Blaming Others for Your Life, 15 Life Lessons to Help You Take Back Control of Your Life, Relationships, and Career. That book was pretty much bits and pieces of my life stories, the things that I went through in life. We all spend time here and there blaming everybody around us for everything that happens in our life, but the person that can actually change it. And so I wrote that book and put my heart in it. But she said I gave her a copy of my book while she was working a drive-thru at Arby's. Y'all, I don't remember doing this. And so I asked her, I said, what was going on? What were we talking about that I gave you the book? And she just said, it was God. She said, you looked at me and, maybe I seen something on her. Maybe I felt something at the time. And I gave her a copy of my book in Arby's drive-thru. And she said, I read that book and it really helped me. And today, 10 years later, she's working in a city job. She looked fabulous. And it just really touched my heart that, one, she remembered my face, but two, that she read that book that helped her. And, sometimes, y'all, we get tired of what we do. Sometimes we kind of lose that energy around it. I put out daily action videos, and I've been doing it daily. And sometimes you're like, oh, I didn't get that many views, or oh, this day I got so many views, and you're just trying to figure out the rhythm. And at the end of the day, what you're really doing is just living out your purpose. And so I know that I'm supposed to be living out my purpose and doing what I do, helping women, help women just take back control of their life, relationships, and career. And I say this all the time because sometimes you can't think about a dream or an idea or really putting yourself out there when you have so many distractions in your personal life. And that's really what I'm talking about when I say take back control of your life, relationships, and career. We have to take care of those distractions in our lives and deal with those relationships, deal with those difficult situations, deal with those things that so many of us deal with, whether it's getting fired from a job, going through a divorce, financial hardships, whatever those things are. We have to manage them because that's all a part of life. But still, we have to live out that purpose. And so that just really touched my heart that, one, that I did that I was moved to do that, and I was obedient to pass out that book in the drive-thru of Arby's. But two, that the person that I gave the book to, it helped them, and that they remembered my face 10 years later and came up to me to thank me for that. And I asked her how old she was 10 years ago, and she was 24. So I am just overjoyed and in my feelings this morning because that really, really touched me. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. So I hope that you are tuning in to my daily action videos. You can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I put them everywhere because I want women everywhere to be able to see them. I am in a new season 10 years later. Of course, you all know I'm an empty nester now. 10 years ago, pretty much, were all my kids home? Probably. My life was different. And so just coming full circle 10 years later, it just really felt good last night. So I'm appreciative of where I'm at right now, but I'm still delivering that content, putting it out there, still helping women, coaching, consulting. Make sure you visit my website at TamaraRochelle.com. I have tons of resources, free resources. I have a class right now that is fire called Too Brilliant to Be Broke. And this class is all about helping women at this stage in their life use their brilliance, what you already know right now, to make another stream of income for yourself. You know, I know there's things that people come to you, they ask you about all the time, and you do those things that come naturally to you without a thought. You don't think it's something that people will pay for, that people need, but those are your natural gifts and talents, the things that you know from working a job for umpteen years, all your expertise, all the things you've learned, what you've learned in college, your hobbies, what you love to do. All of those things can be things that other people can learn and tap into and just glean from. And so I'm teaching women how to do that. So again, that class is Too Brilliant to Be Broke. And I know the first thing you might think is that nobody wants to buy anything from me, or I don't have anything to teach somebody. But that's what that class is all about. One, making you confident, helping you uncover those things that really are golden, your brilliance, and then how to monetize those and use those to help others and make a greater impact in the world. And that's really what it's all about. And that's what touched me, because that book that I handed out in the Arby's drive-thru made an impact. And honestly, you don't have to touch everyone in the world. If you could just touch one person and help change their lives, isn't your purpose worth it? I think so. So that's what I came to say this morning. Again, follow me on all of my social media platforms. Visit my website, TamaraRochelle.com, and hopefully we can connect. Hopefully, if I've changed your life in any way, you can let me know that. Send me a message on Instagram, social media. I would love to hear from you. Have a great day, sister friends.